Welcome back to the Flushing Faithful podcast. This is Kill Switch. Some of you know me as Eddie. Either way, let's get into it. As you know, this winter, the Mets went in a different direction at general manager. I felt the change needed to be made a few years ago. But anyway, enter Brody VanWag. He was a player's agent. I'm pretty sure he had like 1/4 of the Mets' 40-man roster. He seemed to be good friends with Jeff Wilpon. I'm sure they negotiated contracts many times and it came from that. Whereas Scott Boras doesn't make those relationships. But other agents would rather be on friendly terms with teams so they can get their players' contracts without all the showboating. So far, I give Brody VanWag a B in terms of what he has done for the team. He got a few minor players, one or two major players, like Diaz for the closer. Good move. Familia as a setup man. Okay move. Robinson Cano. I don't know. Lowry. The reason I don't like that move is Jeff McNeil is pushed into the outfield. Todd Frazier is still here. And another reason I don't like the move is that keeps Peter Alonso in the minors. Jeff McNeil is the type of hitter that the Mets need. They need a guy who can put the bat on the ball. Peter Alonso, he's more of a power guy, but he can put the bat on the ball. I'd rather see him get a chance than watch Todd Frazier go out there and bat 200. I guess we'll see what happens. Maybe they both win jobs in spring training. But if McNeil wins a job, it'll most likely be in the outfield, which is already overloaded because you also have Keon Broxton, who was brought in. If he's anything like he was 2 or 3 years ago, that's a guy who should have a starting job. You also have a new catcher, Wilson Ramos. And Devin Mesoraco was brought back. Good moves. Travis d'Arnaud, he's a good player, but he can't stay on the field. Maybe they trade him now that he's there. Use him as a piece. Because Devin Mesoraco should be Jacob deGrom's caddy. Maybe you put him with someone else also, so he's not just playing 40 games. But he made a lot of good moves, but then he turns used car salesman, saying the Mets are the best. Come get us. Challenging other GMs to a home run derby, knowing that most GMs are like 50, 60 or whatever and can't do it. It's just, he made some decent moves. I just don't know if they're going to work out. I feel that the team's too overloaded at positions. Now, someone can get hurt. That can happen. Someone might be traded. That can happen. But right now, they're just too overloaded. You don't want to leave yourself with nothing as backup, which the Mets usually did under Sandy Alderson. But you don't want to be too overloaded also, where players aren't getting a chance to show what they can do. So, for this winter, I'm giving Brody a B. I guess we'll see what happens once the season starts. You still have pitcher contracts to take care of and a few other things. But so far, looks pretty good. Let's see where they go.